Hey guys, Sean here. A little tired, but I'm gonna do this. So I posted earlier that song called "Fools Rush In," and the last video I made was concerning when to stop fighting in a relationship. Well, I figured I needed to back up and kind of talk about how not to get into a bad relationship from get go. So this video is called "Fools Rush In." So I've seen many relationships over the years, personally, face to face on Facebook, that sort of thing. Not my relationships, but other people's. And I've noticed one thing that causes people, it's like a surefire way to know their relationship is doomed and it's going to be a bad relationship, is they rush in so quickly. I've seen people get on Facebook after they got into a relationship with someone, like the same day they got into a relationship with someone, and they start posting about it as if it's the answer to all their prayers, as if this person they're dating is God's gift to them and just solves all of their problems. They just rush right in. It's like they go to a pool and they jump in feet first. They don't even care what's at the bottom of the pool or how deep it is. They just jump in and they start to drown. And then they either have help getting out or they barely make it out alive, and they walk away and they come to the next pool and they do the same thing all over again. Some people get out of a relationship and they jump right into the next relationship right after they've got broke up on or broke up with that last person. And the only reason they do that is to avoid dealing with the feelings that come with the broken relationship. I've literally seen people here recently go through extreme measures for somebody they barely know. Like I've seen people move multiple states away or move, change jobs or change schools or, move their entire life around for somebody that they just met. Fools rush in. The wise take their time and tread softly. The Bible says to guard your heart above all things. The heart is an unruly beast, and you can't always trust how you feel. That's why God gave us brains to think with, hearts to feel with. The surefire thing I've known many relationships. The relationships that I've seen that are the realest, that last, that are the best relationships I've seen are the ones that are hardly ever talked about. Think about that. They're hardly ever talked about. They don't advertise it all over every place. They don't brag about it. They don't, put it out there like it's the best thing that ever happened to them. They just simply do it. They don't feel the need to, make it their all in all. They don't feel the need to make their whole life about it. They don't feel the need to put it out there to everybody and say stupid things on Facebook like, oh, y'all stay out of my inbox. He's the only one or she's the only one I want. Or, if you had the choice between taking a vacation here or there, where would you go? Oh, I'd go to them. What does that even mean? It's just stupid. And people do these things when they just start dating somebody. I've seen people reject good people and then get with someone who they think is what they really want or need, and they jump right in. Think about that. You reject some people, but you jump right in with others. The best relationships I've ever seen are the ones that don't need to be advertised. They just simply are. Because those people don't put so much weight on the relationship that they break it before it even starts. Y'all, another person is not responsible for your happiness. And if you get into a relationship thinking that, that person is your happiness and that person is your whole world, you're setting yourself up for failure. I've known relationships and marriages that have lasted 20, 30, even longer years, and I've known some that lasted barely a week. And the ones that last the longest are the ones where they're two separate people that choose to live life together, not because they need each other, but because they want each other. Because their relationship grew to the point where they truly wanted each other, not just needed each other. See, I've seen relationships based on need. I've seen people get married, and I've done it, based on need, because I have this and they need it, and they have this and I need that. That's not what marriage or relationship is supposed to be. In a relationship, a marriage is not meant to bear the kind of weight we put on it. No one else is responsible for my happiness but me. And it's the quickest way to get into a bad relationship that's going to end badly, is to jump quickly into it and to act like that relationship is the answer to all your problems, and that your happiness rests on that relationship. I know some people that act like they can't be happy unless they're in a relationship, and that is wrong, because you're already putting way too much weight on that relationship that's not meant to hold. You see the swing I'm on? The last time I was on this swing, I was swinging on it, and part of this joker came down and fell. See, it had more pressure than it was meant to bear. So now I'm sitting on the swing, not even swinging on it, just sitting, taking it slow. Because I already know that if I put too much weight on this thing, it's going to come down with me on it. So common sense tells me, be wary, tread softly, be careful, and just let it go. Don't put so much into it that it's going to break down again. Learn from your mistake last time. Some of y'all don't learn from your mistakes in previous relationships, and that is y'all's biggest fault. Because I can't tell you how many people I've seen do a relationship the same exact way they just did the last one, saying the same exact things and doing the same exact things, acting like part of the problem wasn't them. Everybody has their vices and their issues. Unless you deal with yours, unless you actually deal with that failed relationship and understand what happened, and you learn from it, you'll never get better at it. Just like anything else, you'll never get better at it, and you'll continue to do the same things, the same mistakes, over and over and over again, and you'll act like you're depressed and disgusted, and I can never be loved, and that's why people say this crap. I can never be loved, or I'm just not meant for a relationship. Don't get me wrong, I've said it in my heart too, until I realized that I needed to improve myself and ready myself. I've made mistakes, that's why I can talk about this, but I've learned not to rush in. The best relationships, hear this, are the ones that naturally flow. The friendship flows first, and then you just naturally flow into a relationship. It's not forced, it's not put on anybody. It just flows naturally without you pushing. I get tired of seeing so many people hurt and putting themselves through the same mess over and over and over again because they won't get out of their patterns. They won't slow down and be careful. They just jump in with both feet. Some of y'all just got to have a long relationship, and you can't even be yourself. You can't even be single. You've got to be in a relationship. So you jump from person to person to person and wonder why you feel like you've been used. I had somebody ask me the other day, why does it seem like everybody I show love to or attention to ends up treating me like garbage? Honey, no matter how hard you try, if you're in the wrong relationship, you'll never be enough. That's what I told her. If you're in the wrong relationship, it's the wrong person, no matter what you do, you'll never be enough because it's the wrong person. You'll only be enough for the right person. And that may be one of the biggest wisdom or truths that I can pass on about relationships. You'll never be enough for the wrong person, no matter what you do. So I told her, baby, it's not you. It's the person you're putting it out for. Wrong person for you. It's like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. It'll never work. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you put into it, it will never, ever work. It's not you. It's who you're putting yourself out there for. Look, protect yourself. Take it slow. Give your heart a rest.